Aqui com um dos criadores da Jackbox Games. Ela é uma empresa que está fazendo agora jogos que utilizam os smartphones como controles. A gente vai fazer uma pequena entrevista. Jackbox Games, it's known for its games that use the cell phones as the controller. And how this idea came from?
We were actually making a game back in the day for a console called the Ouya.
I know.
Which was a very long time ago. The Ouya was supposed to be a mass market console for everyone. In the US, using US currency, it was $99. And we thought this could be great because we wanted to get our games into everyone's living room. That was the idea. But the controllers, US value, were $50 a piece, and we were making a multiplayer game. So we thought, well, who's going to buy a console for $99 and then spend like $200 on controllers?
It's really expensive.
Probably no one. And that really kind of started us thinking about what's in everybody's pocket, what does everybody have, and that really was the kickoff of experimenting with phones as controllers.
Okay. Could you describe the creative process behind the games you make?
Yeah, absolutely. At Jackbox, we kind of believe that everybody can have a good idea, right? We're all involved in games, no matter what you're doing at the company. So we solicit ideas pretty much all year long, but during one period of time, we have what we call a green light process, which everybody can feel free to pitch their games. Some people will test their games using pencil and paper. Some people will use PowerPoint presentations. Other people who are technically gifted will write a demo. But the bottom line is that everybody kind of comes together and plays everybody's game. And then we kind of make an opinion of what might work and what might not. So Mike Builder is our CEO. And he has kind of a saying that when he walks around the office, if he can hear laughter coming from like a conference room, he knows we have something, right? And so those games are generally given 3 states. A red light means not this year. Why don't you think about it some more and try again? A yellow light means the game is good, but it has a couple of problems. So why don't you take a couple of weeks to work that out and see if you can refine it? And a green light means this game is great. It's good enough to go into a pack. After we have a bunch of green games, we then create a product mix. So we don't want a whole pack of trivia games or a whole pack of drawing games. We want kind of like a good mix that people will buy.
So would you describe this process as something fun, something that you like to do?
Oh yeah, I mean everybody at Jackbox plays games and has a great sense of humor. It's kind of what all unifies everybody who works there, right? We have a lot of fun coming up with game ideas and testing them and seeing what'll work it's
That's
great.
Nice. How would you describe the impact that your games have on people?
You know what, the whole kind of mission statement of our company is to simply bring people together through laughter, right? Right now, the world is kind of a divisive place. There are lots of people that don't see eye to eye on things, but we kind of believe that through our games, right? You can put in a game and regardless of your differences, you can all come together and laugh. And that's really kind of what our games are all about, is bringing people together to have a good time and to have fun.
That is a really nice perspective, I would say.
Thanks.
How important do you believe the feedback of the player is for your games?
Oh, I mean, amazingly important. We definitely we take polls of our players every year and actually multiple times throughout the year to try to understand what our players are thinking about the game, what they would like to see in the games, how can we refine the features. If you take a look at the packs that we create, usually one of the games is a sequel game, right? So we're always looking for how do we take the idea that people love and how do we amplify that? Feedback is very important. We're here in Brazil because we released our games in English at first, and we had people that were coming to us and saying, we love the game, but my family doesn't speak English, and I can't play with my family, right? And so eventually you start to realize that we had to bring a Portuguese game to Brazil. And you know, so that feedback in and of itself is one of the main reasons why we're here at the show.
That's amazing. It is important actually to bring the games to another country, to other language.
Oh, yeah.
Because you start to realize that everyone loves it.
Well, not only that, but when we create a game, we're not only just kind of localizing into Portuguese. About 20% of our game coming from the U.S. is very U.S.-centric content. So it's content about American football that kind of no one outside of America would care about. Right. So we remove that 20% of the content, and when we come here, we work with a very talented localization studio on the Jackbox Party Starter in general. We work with a studio called Rockets Audio, and they are based out of Sao Paulo. So they become kind of our cultural guide to Brazil in a way, and they replace that 20% of American content with 20% of Brazilian content. So the game we're actually presenting to you is a mix of content that's created in the US and content created here in Brazil.
Yeah, I've seen people playing the game here, and I've seen questions about Brazilian culture, so it's really nice to see this.
Yeah, we kind of have a process with our localization teams where we give them kind of guidelines and really explain our humor to them, and we bring them on board the way we would any kind of internal group of people that were coming to Jackbox. So we really tried to, build a relationship with them to benefit the game.
That's nice. So that was the interview. Thanks. Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you. Thanks very much.
And thank you for the interview.
No, thanks for having us. We appreciate it. And I hope you have a great show. Let me see if I can. Thank you very much. You were great.
Oh, thank you. A gente acabou aqui a entrevista com o Andrew da Jackbox Games. Recebemos também, mostrando o código, recebemos também uma key do jogo. A gente espera que você aproveite a entrevista.